You're watching News Channel 8.
The old post office and clock tower on Pennsylvania Avenue in downtown D.C. are closed, off limits now for the next 2 years while they get a significant makeover. This means no more of the scenic views from the top of the tower. Korff shows us how history is on hold now for a makeover by Donald Trump.
You can't beat it. The early morning breeze, the sound of the music echoing off the buildings and everything.
One of Earl Cotton's favorite things is to make music along a corridor rich in American history.
It's right on the main drag. It's on Pennsylvania Avenue, which Pennsylvania Avenue leads right to the Capitol.
Inspired by scenery,
it looks like a castle right in the heart of D.C., and it's beautiful.
Cotton has been playing in the shadow of one of Washington's treasured landmarks for years.
When I look at the tower, I think of history. You know, the history of Benjamin Franklin, the old post office.
Ben Franklin's steady resolve welcomes visitors who stroll by the old post office.
It was built to be the headquarters of the old post office.
Visitors like Lori Savage and her family.
We were walking around the corner and just astonished at the detail.
This stunning structure, completed in 1899, was the city's first skyscraper. It remains its third tallest building.
Unbelievable building.
Granite walls 5 feet thick support a clock tower that soars 315 feet into the sky.
It's just an awe-inspiring building. It's huge. It's gorgeous.
The observation deck offers jaw-dropping panoramic views of a Capitol rarely seen from this perspective.
We heard it was a great site.
Zach Savage and his dad Brian.
It's a really cool building. Yep.
Are like so many fathers and sons before them.
What are some of the details you like about the building?
They're enjoying a majestic place that has kept a watchful eye over a city that watches over a nation.
Looks really cool. I'd like to see the inside of it.
But he cannot go in due to an ever-changing financial landscape.
I think it's a lovely building, and I am sorry that it is being closed.
You see, the old post office was closed earlier this month to visitors. This student tour is the last time the general public will enjoy this magnificent space. In 2 years, it will reopen with the same facade, but an entirely new identity. It's being transformed into a luxury hotel, complete with fine dining and upscale shops, by none other than Donald Trump. He's paying $200 million to the federal government for a 60-year lease.
I think he's kind of overstepping.
Amanda Hickman does not want a 115-year-old national treasure turned over to Trump.
This is D.C. I mean, these are national, historic landmarks, and it's going to be a shame that people like us, everybody walking around won't be able to go upstairs and look at the city.
To understand why such drastic measures are being taken, we have to turn back the clock some 80 years. This architectural gem barely survived the 20th century. The post office moved out in the 1930s to be replaced by various federal offices. The building was deemed obsolete in the 60s, almost demolished in the 70s. Now federal officials say it's simply too expensive to return this statuesque structure to its glory.
It'll preserve it for a long time to come.
Lori Savage is in step with federal officials. They believe this massive makeover preserves a cherished piece of history while saving taxpayers millions.
Well, it certainly beats tearing it down. That would have been a shame.
I don't think you can do anything to make it better than what it is now.
If Earl Cotton could, he would play a lullaby for an old building surrounded by more than a century of memories that to be saved must be fundamentally changed. Korff, News Channel 8.
Any high school student would rather be sleeping than getting up at 7 and coming over here, but they love it.
The lecture began soon after sunrise.
Just out of curiosity, how many brought your calculator and a pencil?
But Karen Brown's assignment had more to do with opening hearts than textbooks.
Love them, care for them, and see that they get some practical stuff.
Is it good?
Saturday morning, West Springfield High School students paired up with dozens of underprivileged elementary school children to break bread.
Right now we are eating some breakfast.
And embark upon a powerful lesson in compassion.
I feel for them. It's just a lot to go through when you're that young.
It can be awkward for children who have next to nothing, like 6-year-old Nana.
What are
tried these.
To face an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet.
That's a lot of ketchup.
We asked him how many times he had a breakfast this big. Each child here bears a significant struggle, not of their making. Most live below the poverty line. Some eat only when at school, while others cope with stress their older buddy could not possibly fathom.
And they don't know what it's like to go hungry or to not have the clothing that we all take advantage of, or a place to sleep.
Did you like going shopping? Yeah.
Moore Deanna spent this day with Rebecca, a very grateful 7-year-old.
That was the best meal I ever had. So what's your favorite thing to do?
Soft-spoken Angel focused on eating, not chatting, with Abby and Taylor. The 6-year-old recently survived a kidney transplant.
Do you want more French fries?
Finishing up your breakfast, we're going to go shopping.
The next stop, a much-needed trip to Target.
You're going to have $115 to spend.
Older students helped their younger partners shop,
Where is the dresses and t-shirts?
but only for necessities, like shoes
That's cute. Do you like them?
and clothing.
I want this because it has Elsa and Anna and it's a pajama.
Rebecca was set on getting attire from the movie Frozen, her inspiration.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
This event was inspired by immeasurable sorrow. 27 years ago, 19-year-old West Springfield graduate Christy Brown died in a car crash. Her mother, Karen, then started Christy's Christmas to honor a daughter who always thought of others first.
We know it helps the little kids, but the high school one, so many have said it's a life-changing event.
Oh, hey!
Tommy Howe and Johnny Cronin chaperoned Nana.
Where to?
Straight.
They maneuvered through the store like long-lost friends.
To see people who are less fortunate than we are, it's really humbling, and it makes you kind of take a step back and see all that you've been blessed with.
Are you excited for what you got?
After leaving Target, the children thought this memorable day was over. But then walked in the biggest surprise of all.
Merry Christmas!
They all met Santa Claus, who gave each child a stuffed animal and more needed supplies.
Oh, a notebook!
Yeah! So,
What do you think, Nana?
awesome!
As the event came to a close, Nana and many others had a hard time saying goodbye.
It meant the world to me. I mean, it's life-changing. I'm remembering this kid. Where you going, Nana?
While the children left with arm loads,
This day is the best day ever.
Oh, man. Today was the best.
the teenagers went home with something far more lasting. The lesson learned from Christie's Christmas is that the holiday season is not about getting. It's about giving.
It's very special to see these kids happy for a day.
Jay Korff,
Merry Christmas.
News Channel 8.
24 minutes now past 2 o'clock, and we've got more now for you on an innovative program that is surely making a difference in the lives of some veterans. Maryland inmates are training service dogs so they can one day help wounded warriors. And as Jay Korff reports, for the first time, a graduate of this program returned, and he shows you the emotional reunion.
On our way up here, I was going crazy with nerves. Troop, come on. Come on, buddy.
Kenneth Doyle entered a place where darkness dwells and freedom is a fleeting, bitter fantasy. So he could take another step in his journey from soldier to survivor.
Come here, Troop. It's gotten a lot better because when I first woke up in the hospital almost 2 years ago, I wasn't able to do anything for myself.
The 25-year-old Army specialist lost an arm and nearly his life to an explosion in Afghanistan in 2012.
I've got a severe traumatic brain injury.
The brain injury you cannot see imprisons emotions and fuels anxiety.
Come on, buddy.
But Doyle now has the confidence to leave his Montgomery County home after working for months with his new service dog, Trooper.
Trooper is pretty much my new right arm. Okay. Whenever I drop something, he'll reach down and get it and either give it back to me or he'll carry it and keep on walking himself.
Doyle and the companion he now relies on walk deep into the heart of the Maryland Correctional Institution in Hagerstown to see a prisoner Doyle had never met but had to thank.
It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You see, inmate Kent Brewer raised Trooper from the time he was a puppy.
Trooper, who's that? Who is that?
Through a groundbreaking program where inmates train service dogs for wounded veterans like Ken Doyle.
I'm very self-conscious about going outside, but whenever I take Trooper, everybody's automatically drawn to Trooper instead of staring at my arm.
Yeah, good boy. Yes, you are.
Their first embrace in months. This would indeed be a bittersweet day.
She gets really excited meeting people. Delta, come on, girl. Come here. Come here. Good girl.
Terry Dorsey serving 25 years for a drug conviction.
Delta, sleep. Okay. Back.
Has been eating, sleeping, and living beside Delta for more than a year during her training.
Man, this is to me, I've been down 12 years, and I think this is the best thing that happened to me.
The dogs give hardened men like Dorsey structure, purpose, and hope.
Sit. Okay.
But this would be Dorsey's last day with Delta. She's graduating.
Give me a kiss. Good kiss. Give me a kiss.
Leaving to be placed with a wounded warrior, an honor for this veteran.
To me, I feel like I owe a debt to them guys. It's gonna be sad, but then in the end, it's still a joy though, because you know I get to go on and get another dog.
There is room for redemption, even in a place surrounded by razor wire.
Prison don't rehabilitate nobody. You rehabilitate yourself.
Before I didn't think about it.
After meeting mild-mannered Kent Brewer, you wonder what got him locked up for 40 years.
When you take someone's life, you don't think about the consequences thereafter.
He murdered a man, then hid in self-imposed isolation in here for nearly 20 years.
You build a wall, you might be surrounded by 2,000 prisoners, but you're on your own. And you know if you died today, nobody would really care. So it's kind of a lonely place.
But a black lab broke through the wall of a convicted killer, quelling demons that lurk behind these limestone walls.
I didn't like myself very much, and I didn't think other people liked me. And Trooper let me love him, you know, and he gave me love, and it was just a wonderful experience.
While he misses his old friend, this prisoner knows Trooper is exactly where he should be.
He belongs where he's at, and I was just so happy and pleased to see him again.
Helping free a fellow veteran.
He's fantastic. He's like the greatest dog. I think I'm pretty much as close to normal as I can be for now.
Jay Korff, News Channel 8.
Prison leaders are thrilled with the program because it's lowering violence and improving morale behind bars. Inmate Kent Brewer and Terry Dorsey, who have thrived since working in the service dog training program, hope to be out of lockup within several years. Ken Doyle hopes one day to be a doggy daycare center owner.